And welcome back once again to I Like Watches. For those of you new here, my name's Gary. I like watches. You're here watching this because you like watches too. And if you find yourself enjoying this video and you haven't done so already, perhaps consider subscribing. It costs nothing. All you have to do is tap the screen or tap your mouse. You've done it a million times before, I'm sure. Now, in today's video, I've got a very cool looking watch from a relatively new independent French watch brand called Neotype, although on the website it suggests it's tip and not type. Either way, they've produced some pretty cool watches already, and they're about to launch a couple of new versions of their sort of chunky chronograph. A panda dial version and a reverse panda dial version. They've sent me the panda dial version to show you in this video, and yeah, it is a pretty cool looking watch, although it's a bit of a beast. In my comments section, I often see people commenting and saying, oh, you know, can you review some bigger watches for men, you know, that sort of thing. And well, I think this is one for you guys. And I gotta say, my initial thoughts when I first saw this watch were, wow, that looks pretty cool. I think they've nailed the styling. If you go onto their website and have a look at the other versions of this watch and the other watch that they've made, well, they know what they're doing when it comes to designing watches. These are very cool looking watches. When I unboxed it, I was impressed with the packaging. It's a sort of double layer box. You've got an additional strap underneath and the watch on top. The presentation, very nice. The packaging quality, very nice. The build quality, the specifications of this watch, impressive. And again, I mean, just look at this thing. I think it looks very, very cool. Although at 15 millimeters thick, it's not going to suit everyone. And if you wear it on that double pass nylon strap, well, it's going to sit even higher off your wrist, isn't it? So I'm not convinced that's the perfect alternative strap for this watch, but they have gone for a sort of fairly toolish, almost military look with this watch. It's very well, everything's brushed. The crown is big. The pushers have these screw down elements on them which enable the watch to be rated for 200 meters. The crystal and the case back look substantial. Of course, they need to be to a certain degree to enable the 200 meter water resistant rating. But yeah, it's just got a little bit of a sort of military look and feel to it. It comes on a fantastic FKM strap. It's quite broad. It needs to be because there's a decent amount of weight that's going to sit on top of your wrist. So you do need a fairly broad strap to help control the weight of this watch on your wrist. And the smaller your wrist is, the more top heavy it's going to feel. But for me, it feels absolutely fine. It is a chunky watch, but it's not too chunky for me. And every now and then, well, I do like to wear a chunky watch. It's usually divers that I wear, but yeah, this is an alternative for sure. I think they've nailed the design and the colours they've chosen are very, very cool. You've got that sort of vintage inspired lume sandwich dial. I'll run through all the extra or the rest of the specifications in a moment, but yeah, I just want to keep talking about the way this thing looks. The bezel, polished ceramic tachymeter bezel, very chunky bezel, chunky pushers, chunky case. It is a chunky watch. Now, all of their watches are made in limited production runs and they number all of their watches, and there's 150 of these watches being made, 75 of the reverse panda watches being made, and you are going to pay a little bit extra for those other versions, the reverse panda watches. This watch is going to set you back €525. The reverse panda watch is €566. Not a small chunk of change for a watch housing a Seiko Mecha Quartz movement. I think many of us would expect this watch to house some sort of mechanical chronograph movement, but they've gone for the Seiko Mecha Quartz movement. It's a great movement. There's a couple of versions, isn't there? VK63 and VK64. There's always complaints about the 24-hour subdial, but they are reliable, dependable, reliable chronograph movements. They're sort of half mechanical, half quartz. And so, yeah, it's a sensible choice for this watch, although the price is going to stimulate a few comments. 316L stainless steel sapphire crystal AR coating, screw down case back, screw down crown and pushers, FKM strap, really nice strap, quality strap with a finished or matching finished buckle. I like the case back as well. You've got the individual number for the watch on the case back, a few specifications, quick release spring bars on the strap. Of course, if you use the double pass strap, you're going to need some spring bars, and they've supplied those. Very cool sandwich dial. I like the contrast between the dial and the subdials, and the lume is on the bezel as well as the dial and hands. I like this watch a lot. There's little touches here and there that I really like. For example, the 24-hour subdial doesn't have a lot on it. You've got that sandwich dial. Oh, I forgot to mention there is a ghost position on the crown because, of course, the VK64 Mecha Quartz movement has a date complication. It's a shame they haven't utilized that date complication. So yes, although there is a lot to like about this watch, I think there is also room for improvement. I would have liked to have seen the date complication used. I think the price versus the Mecha Quartz movement inside this watch is going to be a problem for a lot of people. That alternative strap, that double pass nylon strap, not a great alternative strap really, given the thickness of this watch already. I don't think there's any other areas where I can pick fault though. Yeah, it's a great watch from what looks to be a pretty cool brand, and I'm very much looking forward to whatever they produce in the future, because all of the watches that they've made so far look very cool. So guys, if you haven't done so already, check out their website. I'll put a link in my video description. It's not an affiliate link, it's just going to take you over to their website, and now it's your job. Let me and the folks at, I'm going to say, Neotype, let them know what you think of this new release. And guys, as always, thanks for watching.